In this video, we're also going to look at approximation, but now we're going to be looking at approximations using significant figures. And significant figures are a little different than decimal places in that instead of concentrating on the number of digits after the decimal place, we just look at digits that we consider to be important or significant. And specifically, we count them up as the number of digits counting from left to right after the first non-zero digit. That's a bit of a big definition, so let me just write that out. Okay, so the number of digits from left to right starting from the first non-zero digit. So let's look at a number so that we can get an idea of what exactly this means. And we're going to use the same number that we used before. And in this case, we have 4.1275. We're going to start from left to right again. And we see that it is the first non-zero digit. And in this case, the first non-zero digit from left to right is the 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this number, as it stands now, we can say has 5 significant figures. And if we actually want to approximate to a specific number of significant figures, we use this exact same counting methodology. So let's say that we wanted to approximate to 2 significant figures, for example. We're going to take that same number. We want to approximate this to round to 2 significant figures. So we're doing it exactly the same way as we did before. The only thing is we count now starting from the first non-zero digit. So this 4 is the first one, 1, 2. Then we put our cutoff point right there after the 1. And then we use the same rule again. Is it equal to 5 or greater than 5? Well, 2 is smaller than 5, so this is going to stay the same. So this just becomes 4.1. Okay, 4.1. And let us look at some more examples then. So we're using the same rule, but let's just look at a couple more examples. So this one here, approximate to 4 significant figures. So same thing again. Start counting from the first non-zero digit. That's the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cutoff point there. This is lower than 5, so that 1 remains the same. So this becomes 47.31. And that is to 4 significant figures. Okay, getting the idea? Let's do a couple more. Let's try this number to 3 significant figures. So let's start counting again. Start with the 3, because that's the first non-zero. 1, 2, 3. We said 3 significant figures, so we're going to cut off right here. And this 8 is greater than 5, so that's going to cause that thing to raise up. And that goes from a 1 to a 2, so it just becomes 372. And because now we're only taking these 3 significant figures, we don't even need to put the decimal place in, because we know that the last digit will always automatically be the ones column. Try another couple more examples. What about this one here? This one's going to be a little trickier. Again, approximate to 3 significant figures. And remember now, though, when we're counting, we're going to count from the first non-zero digit starting from the left. So what do we have? Is that non-zero? No, that's 0, 0, 0, 0. So we can only start counting the significant figures from the 2, because that's the first non-zero digit. So we count 1, 2, 3, put the cutoff point there, and use the test. Is this greater than 5? Sure is. So that 3 is to become a 4, and this then is equal to 0.12330, because remember, none of those are significant figures, so we have to keep them in to this place values, and then just 20, and because of the 8, this 3 becomes a 4. 204. Note that these are the only significant figures in this number. These are non-significant because they are zeros. We're going to try one more example, and we're going to look at get two significant figures, and we're going to look at the number 0.070027. So what do you think you're going to start counting? Start from the left again, and let's see. That's a 0, so that doesn't count. That's a 0, so that doesn't count. So we have to start here at the 7. So 1 significant figure, 2 significant figures, and then we do the cutoff there again. This 0 obviously is less than 5, so it's going to leave that number the same, and that's just a 0, so that when we write this one out, it becomes 0.070. And remember, because we are looking at the figures that are significant, because this is actually not just a place value, but a significant figure, we have to leave the 0 in, and then we just say it's 2 significant figures. So note the difference between decimal places and significant figures. Significant figures you only start counting after the first non-zero digit, counting from left to right. That's all there is to it.